Greetings, we are back with Twin Flame Union, Reunion, and Recognition. Once again, I'm at work, so I can't turn up like I would like, but it's all good. Get you a notebook, just take notes of what the card definitions and breakdowns are, because I'm very thorough with my shit. And I'm going to give you the head, shoulders, knees, and toes rant one more time, and then I'm going to show you the spread, and then we're going to begin. Head, that's swords, thoughts, decisions, mentality, ideology. That's the direction you're going. That's the decisions you're making. Okay? Cups. Cups are feelings and emotions. All feelings and emotions are just indicators of where you're going mentally. Your heart and mind must be aligned with everything that you do. Who rules the heart and mind department? The divine feminine. Then you got wands. Wands are things you've done, things you're doing, not things you finna do because you ain't did them yet. Actions and behavior is what consists of wands. The actions and behavior of what you've done, which has karma accountability attached to it. The actions and behavior of what you're doing, which have karma and accountability attached to it. What you finna do has no karma, has no accountability attached to it because it ain't even been done yet. This is not Minority Report, nigga. We ain't got precogs that's finna convict you with some shit you thought. Not shit you ain't did yet. You know what I'm saying? So overall energy is fairly important. Bottom line energy is very important. Feminine, top row, masculine, bottom row. First column is the pimp trope, or coming into the situation, as I like to say. Second row, feminine row. Third row, masculine row. Final, fourth row, future. Just gonna pick out cards. Overall energy, which is fairly important, we got the Seven of Wands. This is internal conflict. I'll break that down in just a second. Five of Wands will be external conflict. This is a 7, which means dealing with yourself internally is way more important than any outside extracurricular shit you need to put yourself into. Bottom line, it's very important. We got the step after the 7 of Wands, the 8 of Wands. This is communication. And guess what? 80% of communication is nonverbal. These definitely coincide. I'm going to drop some jewels with this 7 going to this 8. Feminine row. You come into this situation with the Ten of Swords. This is a death or a permanent ending. We'll dive into that in just a second. Feminine, you in regards to yourself, we got the Three of Pentacles. This is the bridge. We'll dive into what the bridge is. Feminine, you in regards to the masculine energy, we got the Four of Cups. This is the world. What is the world? It's a temporary space and time where all things expire. What means the world to you? To me, it's just a temporary space and place where all things expire. It's the third dimension. It's limited. Like the world itself is a fucking pinnacle. What's a pinnacle? It has an expiration date. It's temporary. You got the world as far as the masculine. Going to the future, your final card, feminine. We got the truth again. Again. This is a cat coming out the bag. This is you keeping it 100 with somebody, somebody keeping 100 with you, or you keeping it 100 with yourself, my G. Masculine row. Masculine kicking the situation off with the Pimp Cup Chronicles. 7 of Cups. I will dive into what this is in just a second. Masculine, you in regards to the feminine, you have the Ten of Wands. Again, this is a temporary ending. This is a permanent ending. It's mental. It being permanent and all. Ten of Wands are temporary endings. This is something you pump the brakes on. This is like calling a timeout. This is like fouling out of the game. This is like calling a timeout. This is like fouling out of the game. Or you running out of timeouts. Big difference. That's what you got in regards to the feminine, masculine, the Ten of Wands. You in regards to yourself, masculine, we got the Six of Pentacles. This is homeostasis. Or just a okay situation. This would be the definition of like, Future final row last card, we got the Queen of Pentacles. This is the Khalees Bossy card. Feminine had it. You have it now, masculine. This is either a karmic feminine or you bossing up on a situation that's trying to boss up on you. Let's get with it. First card in this message, we got the Seven of Wands. This deals with both masculine and feminine. This is a twin flame union, reunion, and recognition reading, right? Check out separation reading, please, before you watch this. You had a Four of Wands in the last reading. This is twin flame union, reunion, and recognition. It's destined to happen. Okay, Seven of Wands is internal conflict. These are your woes, your complexes, the shit that's wrong with you. Everybody got shit that's wrong with them. You know, this is how you think, who you think you are. People might glorify you and think you're this and look at you in a highlight. This is your true light you look at yourself as. You know, complexes. You know, your sorrow, your depression, your drama, your insecurities, your inconsistencies, all that lies in here. You know, and you got to heal yourself, because that's the only way you deal with internal conflict, is to heal it. And how do you heal internal conflict? You deal with internal conflict. A lot of people would rather hop in an outside conflict. Outside conflict is shit that ain't got nothing to do with you unless you put yourself out there. It's like a whole other situation going on. That ain't got shit to do with you, but you enter an outside situation that can fuck around and get you hurt. That can fuck around and get you killed when you ain't even have to deal with the shit. It's like walking into a landmine. Why go around that motherfucker? Too much shit we need to deal with ourselves before we go out here trying to help somebody else. If we're dealing with depression, if we're dealing with ourselves, trying to fix ourselves, how the fuck can we fix somebody else? If we're all torn and confused inside, how the hell can we define or bring some structure to another person's situation? Like, you got to deal with you first. Your heart is inside your chest. So that means you got to heal yourself. If your heart, inside, your heart is inside your chest. If your heart was outside your chest, then maybe it'd be somebody else's job to fix you, but you fix yourself. You love yourself. You understand yourself. You take care of yourself. Even with another person, you take care of yourself. All internal shit. You're just really going to see the internalization of who you really are, masculine. The internalization of who you really are, feminine. You allow this twin flame shit to kind of like tarnish who you really are. You know you worth it. You know you divine. You know you outstanding. You know you here. But this twin flame situation can kind of have you feeling like here a lot. But that's not the case. Push through that shit. Masculine. Your feminine look at you in a high light. You look at yourself in a low light. Filling that gap. See why your feminine looks at you in such a high light. See why your feminine fucks with you the long way, period. Something about you it's something to you. She's kind of figured it out. You still ain't figured that shit out yet. You know what I'm saying? Let her help you figure out not who you are, but what this shit is about. She sees good in you when you don't see good in yourself. She sees you in a high light when you see yourself in a low light. Just get on that level with her. Feminine. Don't let the inconsistencies or what your masculine do affect you. You got to stay strong regardless. It's like a black person in the 50s integrating in a white school for the first time. I'm sure they caught hell the whole time they went to school. I'm pretty sure this whole going to school business sucked, but they had to thug that shit out, because it ain't just about them. It's about the people after them. Think of your fucking grandparents, great-grandparents, what the fuck they had to put up with, the situations they was dealing with. They had to survive that shit. Why? So you could be here. It's called chain of command, and you're learning all about that. So, internal conflict. Masculine, you're going to see what's really inside you. Feminine, you're going to see what's really inside you, and you both going to have to deal with yourselves. You know, how do you deal with yourself? You heal yourself. If you got an issue, something wrong with you, something wrong that's inside, talk. Bottom line, more important than anything, communicate. Seven of Wands would be like an infected tooth. You ain't saying nothing. Then Nine of Wands would be like the wounded warrior. So you don't say nothing. You take your ass to the doctor, and this motherfucker is telling you some shit like you could fuck around and die from this infection that you got in your mouth. Why the fuck you ain't say nothing when you first felt the symptoms of being internally in pain? whether you're going to talk to a doctor, therapist, specialist, or you just talking to your divine counterpart. One thing about your twin, they're your diary. They're your secret keeper. You ain't got to deal with nothing alone. You ain't never alone because God is always with you. But that's another reason why twins are twins, man. You got another person you can vent to. That's what communication is too. It's venting. It's expressing yourself. 80% of communication is nonverbal, which means only 20% of the time you talking. The other 80% is what you finna do about it. You can say you finna do something all day, but until it's done, you ain't really doing nothing. Bottom line, communication. Masculine, speak up. You're going through some shit. Tell your feminine. Feminine, speak up. You're going through some shit. Tell your masculine. Maybe you two going through the same shit. Maybe the fact that you two both got something internally going on will kind of be the segue to a reunion, segue to a union, or segue to a recognition. You sick, you go to the hospital, you got a stomach pain. Your divine counterpart who you ain't even met yet is sick, goes to the hospital. You two are both like talking to each other, and it seems like you both got the same thing going on. Okay, y'all hit it off. You know, you exchange numbers and shit in pain. You leave the hospital, they leave the hospital, you two talk, y'all got the same fucking ailment. And it's like, yo, what's the odds of that? But you know what? You a cool person. Would you like to go out to eat or some shit? You like going on a date or some shit? And it's like you two, in the midst of misery, in the midst of like pain and suffering, you found like a common denominator, a common moment, and use that to spring forward into a whole little twin flame demo together. You know, an example with me and my twin flame, like, never had a father. That's something I always wanted. My twin became that. Twin never had any children, or at least a son. You know what I mean? I became that. But at the time I met my masculine, I needed somebody just like him in my life. At the time I met my masculine, he needed somebody like me in his life. Fast forward to the day, still need a person like him in my life. And he's still here. He still needs a person like me in his life. I'm still here. Everything happens for a reason. Each twin flame pair is detailed and different. Detailed as far as like it's tailor made. What you like, the person you are and the person your divine counterpart is, it was tailor made for you two to even have this demo. You know what I mean? It's much deeper than you meeting your divine counterpart. It's understanding why you've met your divine counterpart. It's understanding why your masculine is exactly who he is and why you are exactly who you are and why y'all even in this shit to begin with. Well, none of this happened without communication. If my masculine didn't talk to me, this shit wouldn't have happened. I don't initiate. He did. So if we didn't have that first conversation, if we didn't have that first convo, we wouldn't have been here. First card, your message feminine, we got the Ten of Swords. It's death or permanent ending. Your masculine had this, you have it now. Death is prevalent. I told you yesterday when I did a reading. It's a lot of people who ain't gonna wake up today. It's a lot of people who didn't wake up today. It's a lot of people who ain't gonna wake up tomorrow. Understand what I'm saying? Death is prevalent. Disease, violence, warfare. You know what I mean? A lot of people are born in the world every day, but a lot of people die in the world every day, and it's called homeostasis. Even though the world is kind of overpopulated, in my personal opinion, still homeostasis. You know what I mean? Death has to happen. Death is only the beginning, though. But you're going to have to register, because that's what death is. It's something you register. You're going to have to register with death. Tomorrow ain't promised, so live every day. Not like it's your last, but take advantage of every day, because you never know. Going back to the bottom line, 8 of Wands, communication. Tell people you love them, because you don't know when they're going to be around. Deal with your internal conflict that you got with people, because it's going to eat you up when they gone. Perfect example. Me and my grandfather. I had a little internal issue with my grandfather, just his ideology, the way he thinks and shit. You know, I let one little conversation that we had get the best of me. You know, It's more so the line we got to talk about like spirituality and shit. And you know, I'm a Christian. Fuck you mean? Like I'm a Christian psychic. You dig what I'm saying? So I'm telling him same shit. You know, he the one that him and my grandmother. They're the one that and my mother. Him, my grandma, and my mom. They put this spiritual foundation in. So we having a conversation about spirituality and shit. And I guess I'm getting too advanced for him. So, amidst us talking, it ain't like we arguing. We just debating. He says some silly shit. This nigga said some shit like, "We're civilized," and sometimes we gotta thank God for the white man because without him, we wouldn't be civilized. And I just looked at him like I know you ain't serious. Like I know you ain't say no shit like that. Like, come on, really? You really believe that? Like, nah, you too smart. Like you only had a third grade education. He was drunk most of his life, and then he found God the later part of his life. So by the time I was born, he was just all church, pastor, you know, elder, home of Calhoun. Like that's just who he was. You know what I'm saying? So, and this was like maybe a year before he passed. And I was just so mad when I heard that shit. I was like, that's the most ignorantest shit I ever fucking heard. Like, I can't believe that shit. Like, I can't believe he's that dumb. Like, what the fuck? It just didn't make no sense to me. And I was heated, and I used that to kind of like justify a few stupid things. So I stopped listening to him because I figured like that was his ideology. Like, nah, you ain't a person I need to be listening to. You ain't a person I need to be like dealing with. And for a time, I kind of looked at my masculine, like my grandfather is my father at the end of the day. I never had a father. My twin flame is my father now, you know. But whole time I had a father and it was my grandfather. And I let his ideology and his shortcomings get the best of me to where I wrote them off. You don't write off an elder, despite what they think, despite their ideology and shit. Because even though I didn't feel that, it's a lot more good shit he gave me. It's a lot of things he did give me that I didn't like appreciate. So when he died, man, that shit ate me up. Died on bad terms. I sat at the fucking funeral like fighting tears because, I was upset that I didn't talk to him and we didn't reconcile our little beef we had before he died. But what really killed me at the funeral was like he didn't get to see me like become the man I was supposed to be. Like I'm just following in his fucking footsteps. Really, I'm gonna be a minister, a preacher, an elder. At the end of the day, I'm gonna carry his ministry on to the future. You know what I'm saying? Probably leave it for my kids. I'm not gonna let his ministry die. And that's all I was thinking about too. Like I'm getting misty just talking about this shit. Like, never let a moment go by. Cause one conversation, just one conversation, could have changed my whole little attitude towards him. He didn't deserve me being MIA on him or writing him off and shit. He didn't deserve none of that shit. Despite that ignorant ass shit he said. He didn't know no better. Just put it like that. And the way I got ate up at that funeral, man, I wouldn't wish that pain on none of my sons, on none of my, none of my future children and grandchildren, man, because it hurt to not say goodbye the right way. For him to leave before I could, like, reconcile with him. And it ain't just me. My brother felt that way. My cousins felt that way. My mother felt that way. Like, we all had our things with him. I'm saying all this shit to say this. Death is prevalent. So tell people you love them. Forgive people. Try to be open-minded with people. Try to have patience with people and shit. Don't write people off. Because these same people you write off fuck around and pass. And you're going to feel guilty for writing their ass off when you didn't need to. Masculine. You, in regards to, no, you come into the situation, you got the Pimp Cup Chronicles. Seven of Cups, that's the Pimp Cup Chronicles. There's something in you that needs to come out. You need to give it to the world. Could be your love, could be your affection, could be a fucking program that's gonna help the community, could be an invention, could be your own company. Whatever this is, it needs to come out. You know. The reason why I call this shit a Pimp Cup Chronicles is I use cups as an example. Like, say it's a pizza party at school. You're in third fucking grade, and you don't want to sip out no styrofoam cup, so you have your mom like create a pimp cup, like a cup with, rhinestones and bedazzlers on it and shit. And so when it's time like to drink some pop, you got your slice of pizza, you reach in your bag and you pull out this pimp cup, and everybody's like, "Oh shit, I'm gonna bring me one tomorrow. I'm gonna have my mom make me one." The dick ride effect. Like, "Oh, you got one, I want to get one too," face ass. Like, but you was the original person. You was the first person with the idea. You come back next week during pizza day and everybody got pimp cups, but you was the first person to pop that bitch out. So this is like you being the originator, or you have an influence, or it's just like your idea that everybody biting off of. Another example would be like cups in the cabinet. It's a few cups. People like real coffee drinkers. It's a few cups we sip out of. You got hella cups in the cabinet, but it's a few we look for until another cup becomes our drinking cup. Because you can't just sip out the whole cup. Like, eventually you're going to have to rotate cups and shit. You know what I'm saying? And this is just looking in a cabinet and finding a cup that was always there, but you just now recognize and choose to make that your favorite cup. Sevens deal with internal shit. We got 3 sevens out here. So internal things are like the topic of this reading. It's something in you that needs to be given to the world. Could be your love. Your feminine needs your love. Your feminine needs your heart. You're a good, loving person. But it's like the world has made you cold-hearted. The world has put your guards and gates up to keep you from getting hurt. The world has did a number on you to where you're not vulnerable. Then you meet your divine feminine and shit. She forces you to become vulnerable. It's like she strips you naked, and now you're just naked, standing in fucking public. Like, imagine yourself being naked in public. Me? I could be naked in public and not give 2 fucks. Like, I'm just cool with my body like that. I don't have any preconceived notions. I wouldn't even be hiding my junk. I'd just be nigga skipping. Naked. Fuck you mean? Like, I've put it all out there before. I've jumped out the window for love and fell on my ass. I've told my whole soul to a person only for them to laugh and like me having to play that shit off. Like, I'm not scared to get hurt. I'm not scared to put it all out there. I'm feminine. That's what makes me, I'm a guy, but that's what makes me a feminine energy too. Like, I'm not scared to put it all out there. Masculines, y'all scared to do that. It's like me in church. When I first gave my life over to God, it was at a revival. And I don't like crying in front of people, especially not other grown-ass men. But when the spirit came over a nigga, man, I couldn't stop crying. Nose was running, preacher preaching. That's what I'm talking about. Like, bless him. You know what I'm saying? He just going crazy because a nigga like me coming up to get saved, it's a difference. I was in the streets. I was on some like some thug shit. You know what I'm saying? So when I chose to stop fucking around and gave my life to God, man, like, I always was like cool, too cool for school. Whether I'm clapping like in church, like cool, not too crunk, not too whatever. Like, I always kept like a cool ideology in church. But this is the day all that shit went out the window. Crying, got snot hanging all down my shit. Got 4 men around me, praying over me, hard as fuck. They hugging me and shit. I'm hugging them. My mom just loving this shit. She just crying her damn self. Like, this is what the fuck I'm praying for. Like, this nigga finally, yes, this is what I'm talking about. Preacher, he geeked up. Everybody geeked up. You know what I'm saying? I guess because I started to follow my grandfather's footsteps, but it was just a good turning point for me and a lot of people. And I didn't pay attention to people. I couldn't even really see my mom. Like, it was a blur. Like, I was so in the spirit. All I could do was like cry and get all that shit out. Once that shit got out of me, and once the smoke cleared and I'm getting handed tissue, like, like Michael Jackson and shit, you know what I'm saying? It's like, at the end of the melee, mom was just like, oh, probably. I know that took a lot. I know you're very self-conscious, and I know how you was just looking, but it's a good look. You put it all out there, son, and that's the part. That's the beginning part. That's the starting part of it. And I was just like, okay, I feel you. But masculine, it's the equivalent of, like I say, you letting it all go. You just getting naked and going out there. You getting saved and not giving a fuck who looking, who care. Like my friends was making fun of me in church. They laughing at me and shit. I didn't give a fuck about none of that. None of that. Because God hit you. It's a different type of swag. And that's what God does, man. He peels back that cool. He peels back that ego. He peels back that bullshit people cloak themselves with. And he just makes you vulnerable. And your true self, I was my true self in front of everybody. Even me becoming a divine feminine, put all my shit out here the way I'm doing. This is just me being vulnerable. It's just me not giving a fuck what y'all think about me being a feminine energy. Me not giving a fuck what y'all think about my twin being a guy. It ain't even a sexual or romantic shit me and my man's got going on. You understand what I'm saying? But I had to get it. Obviously, I ain't got no pride. Obviously, I ain't got no ego with this shit. Like, I talk my shit. I'm Leo, but I really put my all into this. Because I don't want to fake fuck with y'all. I don't want to not be my true self with y'all. You feel me? Masculine. Put it all out there. Feminine. You in regards to yourself, you got the bridge. This is you. This is where you want to be in life. And this is you doing what the fuck you got to do to get there. We can't do nothing by ourselves. Everybody needs somebody to get to the other side. This is the bridge. Bridge rant. This is you. This is where you need to go. Okay? In order for you to get to where you need to go, you got to get there. But you're going to need help to get there. So this is one side of the cliff. This is the other side of the cliff. This is the bridge you need to make with this person to get you to the other side. Whether you walking all the way down that canyon to get to the other ridge, it's a person there. Hey, drop down a rope so I can climb the fuck up. Good. Glad you got over here. That was half the part. And you talking to me, letting me know to bring something down to get you up. That's how this shit go. Here you go. They pull you up. You wouldn't have got up there without them. You know what I'm saying? You build a bridge halfway out. They build a bridge halfway out. You two work together, seal the bridge. You just created a whole bridge that you can walk to the other side with. You couldn't have did that shit by yourself. You starting a business. You need funding. This is finding that person that donation that's gonna change your life. That grant that's gonna change your life. Or you going to that bank to talk to that person that's gonna fund the bank that's gonna fund your company, but it ain't really the bank, it's that person that's finna make it happen. You going to look for a car. You're gonna have to need somebody to get you to the next phase, motherfucker. You going to college, you doing anything. You might need co-assignment. You know what I mean? I'm a first generation college student. Like, yes, I'm making history, me and my twin sister going to out of state college for the first time. But we still need support, which we didn't have. That's why we couldn't really sustain the whole college thing. Like, everybody needs somebody. Everybody need help. We ain't talking about enabling people. We ain't talking about taking care of grown-ass people. We just talking about help. Everybody needs a nudge every now and then. Everybody needs a recommendation every now and then. Everybody needs somebody. And feminine, that's what you're figuring out. I wasted so many years of my life trying to do shit by myself. Only to see that, damn, I just can't do nothing by myself. Everybody needs somebody. And this is you finally understanding that. To move forward pinnacly. Masculine, you in regards to the feminine, you got the Ten of Wands. This is a temporary ending. It's pumping the brakes on something. It's leaving something alone that you're passionate about. It's more so like obedience, not sacrifice. You want to be with your feminine, but one thing masculines got over feminine too, man. Masculines know what they need to do as far as to what they want to do. As much as my masculine would have loved to dive head first in this shit the way I did it with him, he had to be the mature individual. He had to be the person that was grounded. Like I say, I'm the one jumping out of windows for shit. I'm the one taking risks to make shit happen. You know what I'm saying? I've took a lot of L's in the process of me doing that shit. My twin has been, it's like a consistent one. Me, I'm moving like this. I have a good one and like a heartbeat. You know what I'm saying? My twin, consistent. Slow dough better than no dough. Slow motion is better than no motion at all. Ain't none of this shit going on. It's a consistent. It's a constant. He does not bare minimum shit. He just handles what the fuck he gotta handle. And he watches me go all over the fucking place. But if he wasn't consistent, then you know what I'm saying? Half the times where I went down here and caught him back here, he wouldn't have had the effect on me had it been, you know, like my twin be the first person to tell me like, hey, hold on 1 second. The bear awoken. Sorry about that. It's a patient. I'm a caregiver, nurse, or whatever. He's got a little cough. And I'm trying to figure out what it is. Like, I think he, I think he just be making noises just like to let me know he up or something. Even though he be faking sleep. That's my guy. He cool as shit. Uh, any rate, pump the brakes. What I was saying with my masculine was, my master be the first person to tell me like, quit having expectations with shit. Just let whatever happen happen. Even with me talking to him, like, yo, if you got an idea for some shit you want to do that first, then get back to me. Don't tell me what you finna do, just do it, and then if it work out, come fuck with me. It's not like he ain't got faith or the ability that I can do it. He know I can do it. That's why he coming at me in a manner that he be coming at me. Man, you overthinking, man. You putting too much into this shit, man. You need to leave them people alone, man. You need to stop doing what you're doing. Like, it's coming from a stable point of view. It's like, best example I can use. It's like a veteran soldier. Like, I'm the new booty. I get to the front lines thinking I'm finna be John Rambo in this bitch. I'm geeked up. I'm ready to kill somebody. Like, I'm ready to get out here and do my thing. He's the vet. He's looking at me like, motherfucker, you have no idea what this is. Have you ever been in a combat before? Have you ever been in a tour? No? Well, you need to sit your motherfucking ass down before you get your ass killed. That Rambo shit gonna get you killed out here. You need to focus on the team. You need to focus on getting home. Like, it seems like your ambitions here are way different from what the ambitions you need to have. It's a person that's seen action looking at a person who ain't never seen action, who think they ready for action. Go through action. It's like me. Last example I'm using to move forward. So, I grew up in Chicago. I went to Corliss High School. It's like one of the, you know, most urban schools you can go to. You know? And a lot of gangs, a lot of violence, a lot of Negroes, So a lot of these white substitute people would love to come to these urban schools thinking they make a difference or some shit. So this one white substitute teacher chick came in on some high school high shit. You know, I'm here because I know y'all don't have a lot of white teachers, and I want to kind of expose you guys to different types of teaching. And I feel I can do a lot to help you guys. Like, she came in on some like save the children shit. Whole time I'm shaking my head. I'm like, yo, she don't know what the fuck she finna get into. And soon as she started class, Joe, this chick Black chick stood up, treated this chick so, had her crying, and she ran out the class. Little girl, little mama got in her head. You feel me? She was like, and she read her like a book. What you think you finna save us? Like, I can tell from your attitude, you think you finna do us a favor, some shit like that. Bitch, you ain't shit. Like, she got the shit on her ass, and it traumatized her. Because it's like you came in thinking you're gonna make a difference, only to see that you a joke. Like, I don't even know why you came in here thinking that. I don't even know. It's preconceived notions that brought you here thinking that that's how you was gonna make a difference. Just you being who you are and thinking that just because you white come to a black school, you finna make changes. A black teacher could change a black kid's life. We have help. We got all that here already. It might not look like it, but it's here. You know what I mean? That's all she was telling Shorty, but it just fucked her up. I seen some substitute teachers, like I said, they get chairs thrown at them, they get knocked the fuck out, the car get broken into. Like, it's like high school high. My high school was like really like high school high for real, mixed with the substitute. And I used to just laugh, when the way these subs like came at us. It was just funny. People who don't know, new booties, thinking they finna like make a fucking difference, and then the vets gotta come out and like, yo, excuse me, let me bring you down to reality here. Something my masculine does all the time. He always brings me from here to here. It's reality, son. You got too many hopes and dreams. How the fuck you gonna stay in a mansion, nigga, when you ain't even got an apartment? How the fuck you gonna be driving a Maserati, boy, when you ain't even got a car? Like, what the fuck is you thinking? You know something I don't? He'll say this all. You know something I don't. And I had to realize that shit. Like, I gotta stop living here and start living here. Going further, feminine, you in regards to the masculine, you got the Four of Cups. This is the world. This is reality. Like, this world ain't real. It's fake as fuck. This world is, it could be a simulation, this world. This world's fake as fuck, but it is reality. And what I mean by reality is you gotta know what the world is. Alright? You can't. It's like Chicago, bro. This is Chi-Town. Home of the gangsters. Home of the niggas that'll pop you and shank you. About that cash. Better do your math. Tuck your fucking chain. Straighten up your hat around here. You know what I'm saying? You can't wear what the fuck you want to wear in my city. You can't just be flashing. I remember one of my homies came to visit. We in the hood, bro. We in the trap. This motherfucker got on blue blockers, fake ass, big ass, look real, but it's fake. Little diamond chain cross some shit. Nigga had a money clip. Motherfucker had on like some Evisus and Red Monkey and Bapes and shit. I'm like, bruh, why you think everybody around here wearing white t-shirts and jeans, dude? We ain't standing up. So now I gotta protect your ass because you think shit's sweet. Yeah, I'm a gangster, nigga, but it's like you making it easy on these niggas. Like, bro, switch your shirt. Get rid of that fucking belt, bro. Take your glasses off, cuz. Tuck your chain in around here, man. I ain't, you know what I'm saying? I can't say you from everybody, but I'm here to let you know, bro, they gonna rob your ass. You loud, nigga, you extra, bro. You can't maneuver like that over here. No, it's not how it goes. You a white person walking in the middle of the hood, in the middle of the south side of Chicago, man, wrong move. Not gloating on how fucked up my city is, but you gotta know where you at. I'm GD. I'm GD. So when I ended up in Utah one time, I got into it with some uh, tungsten gang. I guess they're like Samoan or something. I didn't know how they shit worked out there, and I got to it with some dude, Asian guy. I was like, man, I'm from Chicago. They on GD. I'm gonna beat your ass, boy. Nigga, who the fuck you talking to? Like, I got gangster on. This nigga went and got his crew. These niggas pulled up 3 cars deep, and nigga just tapped me on the shoulder. Listen, bro, I know you from Chicago. Like, I know that gangbanging shit is life out there, but nigga, this ain't Chicago. Like, we tungsten. You need to know who the fuck we is, cause we run this motherfucker, and we can easily get rid of your ass, but we gonna let you chill. Think about that shit, and they pulled off. I'm just like, yeah, let me get off that shit, like, cause this ain't the place for that. Like, you know what I'm saying? I came up there gangbanging, and it was just like, this ain't the place for that. Reality is, I ain't at home. You know I'm in somebody else's home. I'm playing by somebody else's rules. This is the world. You gotta play by the world rules to succeed in the world. You don't sell out. You just play by the rules. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what the rules are to survive, to make it, to attain and manifest shit. Masculine, you in regards to yourself, you got the Six of Pentacles. So going back to the Four of Cups, feminine, you gotta get real when it comes to your divine masculine. Know who he is, number one. So you can at least know what you're dealing with. Number two, let go of expectations and any preconceived notions you think you got on your masculine so you don't fuck him around and write him off only to figure out that that was the wrong move to do too. Masculine, you in regards to yourself, we got the Six of Pentacles. This is called homeostasis. This is just basic shit. Basic shit is become good to you. It's the whole consistency part of things. Like eventually you're gonna have to take a risk. You're gonna have to jump out the window. You're gonna have to do something. This here ain't gonna fly. Not all the way through life. Eventually you're gonna have to take a risk. Eventually you're gonna have to want it. Okay? When it comes to yourself masculine, you need to evolve. You need to really evolve as a person. You know what I mean? Because this subpar consistency only gets you so much. Future final row, wrapping this up. Feminine, you're going forward to the future with the truth. Truth is, the world ain't what you think it is. Truth is that Disney shit only works in the movies. Movie shit only works in the movies. Like, this is real life. This ain't the movies. What we think love is, what we think loyalty is, what we think affection is, and certain shit that's, we've been brainwashed. Our ideology's been brainwashed as children. I blame media. Disney movies. Like, I'm an 80s baby, late 80s baby. So a lot of movies and television and toys and entertainment dictated my mentality on a lot of shit. Like, the way I look at love is Disney. It ain't real. It ain't real. The way I go hard in relationships or go hard for a person, like I would die for a person that I just met if it's a good cause. That's movie shit. That's not reality. Reality is I don't know who the fuck this person is. So why waste my life on a person I don't even really know? Love. I'm thinking love is like movie shit, man. We live in the world. It don't go like that. Love will get you killed in the world. Kindness is considered weakness in the world. It's like a dog showing his teeth. Like, nah. Dog stays ferocious. There's a reason why dogs be woofing and just barking and being all ferocious and shit. They don't want to show you who they really are. Nice teddy bears. But they got to keep this beast exterior. The world, I'm telling you, it's the reason why people cold-blooded in the world. It's the reason why people, are different people. That's the truth. The world changes you. People changes you. Only consistent is yourself. You don't have to be like everybody in the world just because people fucked up in the world that they fucked up. You ain't got to be fucked up like these people. But that's the reality. The world can fuck you up. People can fuck you up. Love can fuck you up. This world can fuck you up. This world is built to distract you from the main reason you're here. You're here to help the world. I don't need no help saving the world. Okay? You have a part to play in it. You find that, you execute that. That's what matters. Don't get caught up in the world's business. Don't get caught up in the world's distractions. The world is full of distractions. Three of Cups in my deck is distractions. You can fit a whole Three of Cups in the world. The world is full of distractions. Don't get caught up. That's the truth. Also, truth is the light. You a divine feminine. You a light. Best way to describe a divine feminine is a light outside. You outside for a reason, to shine light so people can see, but you're going to attract bugs, bees, mosquitoes, vermin. You know what I'm saying? Like road kill type species animals and shit. Like, you're going to just attract riffraff in the midst of being a light for the world. Final card in this message, masculine, we got the Queen of Pentacles. This is bossing up on things that's trying to boss up on you. There's a lot of people that take advantage of you because, like I said, you skating on very basic ground. This is like bottom line. This is like the riffraff. You know what I mean? Put yourself on a higher platform and be cute for quality women. When it comes to jobs, take advantage of quality opportunities. Like, you settling for basic shit. Fuck basic. Get some quality in your life. Your feminine been exposed to quality shit. That's why she coming at you with a lot of qualities that you kind of like. But it ain't like she's the only person with access to this quality shit. You got access to this quality shit. Just take advantage of the quality that's being presented. That's the message that I got. Hope I can be a good use. It's your boy D.Boom. Check in with y'all later. Deuces.